Hello everybody, how's it going? I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Odari's in the chat. Corey, let me know if you're joining. Say hi in the chat. Let me know how your weekend is. Stian's here. Welcome, Stian. I know if you saw my post on social, I've got my social links. You can see them right now, actually, over off to the left for you. jackwatson.design/links. I posted a social that we were going to be working on our plants again today. I know that I said the last time was going to be the last stream, but it's not. I realized that I've got a couple of things I want to kind of deal with regarding the background and the foreground building. So it's been a very stressful... I'm very frazzled today. It's been a kind of a stressful week, so thought it would be nice today to do just a chill stream. Working on some plants. I do want to dive into in future streams, plans looking ahead to tomorrow and possibly future streams in general. I just mentioned doing more Cricut projects. I gotta get stickers for Corey done. And for Crock of Time, I should say. And I know Cora's doing a dance over there, just want you to know. And I want to start working in Figma, so I don't know if you guys are up in the UI UX web design and app world. But Figma had their big conference this week, and so I really need to dive in and start focusing more on that, just for my career. As you know, web and app projects are sort of like very can be long-term projects, and so I haven't had a chance to like start and finish a project really in Figma, and so I just feel like, I need to bite the bullet and just do like a personal project in order to start getting, really diving into learning it from the ground up. So expect to see more of that kind of stuff in the future if that's your jam. If not, for you all's entertainment, for me. So, I'm gonna switch over. At least Yoann's excited for the plants, so. There we go. And if I need to, I'll try to keep an eye on it, but if I need to close the curtain over here, if I get too, the sun starts getting too intense and casting me in shadow, I will close it. But so you'll notice, first of all, I have something here. Oh, there we go. Must just be a GPU issue. Yeah, this was an undertaking in order to fix this, to get the shading on here. Don't go into the light, Corey. This was an undertaking to get this handled, and I'm not gonna go back and belabor it. I know that there's been some. Oh, Doris is my fibromyalgia is killer today, but I'm good. Everybody, I feel like this has been this week for no reason whatsoever. Odari, not to go on a tangent, for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why this week has been sort of like chaotic evil. I feel like it's just been like bad. It's just been a bad week all around. Not like super bad, just like. Just kind of like bad. Just bad. And I'm really over it. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I was like, I'm just gonna do some plants today. I'm not gonna tempt fate. It's just, we're just gonna have a chill stream. So, I hope you feel better, Odari. I know Gareth was also sick earlier this week, not feeling well, so I think it's just it's a bad week. It's a bad week, it's a bad time, so. You'll notice that I went ahead, though, off stream, and I dealt with this monster here. All of the brushes, obviously, were causing me issues. We got that really cool error last week that was just symbols inside of a pop-up. So yeah, I went through and I handled this in a more simplified way. I ended up just copying the clipping masks themselves, duplicating them, you know, expanding them and merging them to create the shadows, to give you kind of an overview. I did have a request, and I don't know how I'm going to handle this. Allison, if you're watching in the future, Allison, a friend of the Illustrator Discord, has been following along with these plants and had asked about, like, a more comprehensive kind of stream overview about, like, shading in Illustrator. And so it might be something that I might do either on a personal stream, maybe on a personal. We'll see how it goes. But if that's something everybody's interested in, it could be cool, like a cool sort of like subscriber content type of a thing. I don't know. I have to figure that out. I have made in the past like SVG animation guides for subscribers and like printing, like how to get started with like printing basics for different types of like printing in the past. So that might be something, but we can look at in the future. But I'm not going to dive into that in detail. You kind of saw me go through it, like do a speed run last week when we did all of the pots for all the plants. But just throwing it out there if anybody is interested in seeing something like that in the future. We could do like a stream about it and make something, and I could show you a couple different methods, and also do like a takeaway file that you can take apart if you're a subscriber or something like that. Could be an idea. Anyways. What I want to discuss today primarily, we've got all of the shading on the plants. I'm not adding any more shading or detail to the foreground plants or anything like that, but for I want to focus on the background, which is great because I can actually just hide this this whole layer here, and we don't have to deal with the plants anymore, which is very heavy. So Stian says, Universe went out and decided this weekend was going to be interesting. I agree, yeah. Corey's saying, we had layoffs at our agency this week, so it's very stressful. Odari is also saying, yeah, work is crazy, really slow-mo. Yeah, it's definitely one of those times. You know what I mean? But Sion's saying, I've learned a lot about shading and colors here already, though. Well, that, I'm glad, I'm grateful. I think the request was just to have a little bit more of like a breakdown, like more of a tutorial style. Generally speaking, when I'm doing my personal live streams, I don't do a lot of tutorial stuff. I generally save that stuff for like when we do the Illustrator challenges and we do like pro tips. These are just kind of meant to be sort of fun, for funsies. But I'm happy to kind of go over any kind of questions that you guys have. If there is something in particular you want to see, I will gladly make a stream kind of around it and go over in a more like granular tutorial focused mindset. So, but I'm glad you're learning a lot, Stian. Alright, so what I want to discuss today, I'm actually going to hide this, is the background, and actually I'm not. I'm just going to zoom us back out to fit on screen. So what I want to discuss, and I kind of asked this last time, I didn't really get much of an answer, and it's not a big deal because I can kind of just go with it and see where it goes. But I want to figure out how to handle the rest, the building in the foreground, any additional details. I kind of just blocked this in with very basic shapes and like these heavy lines, and added in the windows and stuff like that. I kind of want to add a little bit more detail to this. I don't want to go overboard with it, but I think it needs kind of something in there, and potentially adding some detailing to the windows, the window frames. I'm not sure. Talk me out of it if you think it's a bad idea. But when I was looking at basically where this stems from is, obviously I just kind of left this in a sketch state and I didn't come back to it. And I would like to do, add some of those like old building style details, whether it's kind of like brickwork down here, or like more detailing, like a scalloped edge or something up here. That's kind of what I'm thinking, so let me know. But I don't know if I should like decrease the line work, or like change, like make this not line on the exterior and do like just color, like flat color. I don't know. I'm sort of at like a crossroads here. Oh, Dara said, my son did a little fresco tutorial this morning. I was very impressed. Oh, I saw, oh, it was the weirdest, so lots of things. I missed Odari's stream this morning, but I've been missing so many people's streams lately because I'm not getting any notifications, and the craziness that's going on with the live stream area on Behance, so, I don't know, how are you all finding live streams? I need to know. I need to know, how's everybody staying up with everybody's stuff, because I keep missing Wave's streams, I keep missing Odari streams, like I can't keep up, like I'm not getting notifications, I'm struggling here, so like, give me your advice, like how do I keep up with them? Like, I get too many Discord notifications, I need like a solution to my problem. This is a me problem, this is entirely selfish. How are you all managing this? Because I'm not sure, I can't keep up with I'm not getting the notifications. Corey's saying some more wall above would be nice too. Kind of looks weird, like that's the top of the building. Right, so this is not the top of the building, this is just kind of like where the windows end. And I thought that I did take a screenshot of the building in question that I was kind of thinking about. Stian says, I get notifications for streams on Twitch, and then eventually get a notification from the Behance app on the phone. Okay, so that's interesting, Stian. I have noticed that it's pushing to Twitch and to YouTube faster. However, there's also the whole, like, I'm not getting a Behance notification. Like, I don't know what's going on. I need to look into my Behance notifications, but, like, I literally I get no notifications. I don't get a notification when Sean goes live, when Wade goes live, when Odari goes live, when Unicorn goes live. I literally don't see any notifications from my Creative Cloud app. Like, they're just gone. I don't know what's happening, but I have gotten none. Yeah, Corey's saying I don't get any Behance notifications. But, anyways, with the whole Twitch changing their kind of like terms of service, I'm not really sure how long I'm gonna be able to simulcast to there either. So I have a lot of things to sort out from that side of things. But also, Aleph or Elif, let me know how to pronounce your name. Welcome to the chat. Oh, let me make sure that I've got my notifications turned on as well, so I can see all of you lovely folks when you join. Alright. Talking too much already. Alright, so we want to extend. One thought that I had as well, because y'all know that I'm not like a big fan of just like cropping things off, or maybe you don't, but I'm not a big fan of just like having an illustration kind of end. I like to have it kind of like float in this ethereal space, right? Have you ever seen like I'll add like a circle behind something. So what I was kind of thinking was maybe there's just like this falls off into line or something like that. Like there's some line details, like the rest of the building is just kind of implied by some line work that moves up. And maybe something on the bottom here. Like whether that's, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, but I go to the Discover on the top bar on Behance and I scroll down to the Future Stream. I get notifications from my Microsoft account. That's interesting. Like your email? Because I'm on a Windows desktop and I don't get them on my MacBook. I don't get them on my desktop. Like I don't know what's happening. I can't keep up. Alright, so I think let's start by, I'm going to show you something. We're going to make a pattern swatch for our brick. Because I do think that this, I want to go back to kind of like the roots of this illustration to the building. And the building is actually like a dark brick. And I see now why I picked the colors that I did. And so I think it would be nice to have a brick texture to this. We can maybe extend that above. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. But I'm going to show you how to put together a really easy swatch, pattern swatch of bricks and how I kind of do it. So if you've seen this before, sorry, it's going to be a repeat, but alright, let's go into Object, Pattern, Make. This has actually been my new kind of like preferred way of handling textures. In the past, I would like draw out a square and then I would kind of like try to get everything in the square and then I would drag the contents of the square into a pattern swatch. I now have learned about this. You can just go to Object, Pattern, Make and it takes you right into pattern editing mode, and I find that to be easier to kind of work with and see what's going on because it gives you an actual like tileable preview of what you're doing as you're working. And you also get these other kind of options here if you want to do hexagon patterns instead of a square grid pattern, or if you want to change the dimensions, like I've got 100 by 100. If you wanted like a longer pattern or something like that, I actually prefer this view. Alright, so we'll just start with 100 by 100. And you can change these settings here. So if I turn on, first of all, I want to have this locked. I don't want to change the width and height of this. And then I want it to be a square. You can turn on this size tile to art, and then as I kind of create things, you can see it's already previewing. It's actually going to size the tile to the artwork that I create. I don't want that for this. So I'm going to make sure I set that back to 100 by 100. But if you were working on something and you wanted to kind of like have your pattern tile kind of like stretch to fit whatever the thing that you were working with was, you could do that. I don't know if I'm going too fast. You'll have to let me know if this is making sense. But I think I picked yellow. I'm going to go with yellow. We can always go back and edit it for the mortar. And then move tile with art means that wherever I move my artwork, if I start kind of like creating let's do another square. Right? And if I check this on, my tile is going to move with my art wherever I kind of move it on the artboard. So there we go. And for this, I'm gonna start by creating a blend. Just created a line, gonna bring that line down. Object, blend, make. Object, blend. Options. We're gonna do something smaller. Let's try 7. I'm gonna center it inside. Center it inside of this space here. Make it a little bit wider. If I wanted it to be perfectly aligned, I could drag it to the outside edges and then go to Object, Blend, Release. Not Release. Object, Blend. one of these, since the bottom edge here is going to repeat across the top. Dara says, I get it on my desktop, I have notifications popping up as an alert setting. I don't know why I am not, but I do usually have my notifications turned off, so. Onion Yay? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Onion Yay. Welcome to the stream. I feel like you were here last week, so welcome back. Oh, Garrett told me to go here. What are I saying? Check out live streams. Yeah, I could go there, but I just kind of want like the, I just want my, like if my notifications were working, then it wouldn't be, it would solve my problem, you know? Alright, let's go here and we're gonna start making some bricks. And how I generally do this is I'll start with like, alright, this is the size I want for my brick. And I'm just gonna kind of keep this consistent. See, it looks like they're about the right size. Let's see. I'm not being like super particular. And you can see here they're not quite. Come on. Should have done that before.
Tout homme qui a le courage de vendre son âme par amour a le pouvoir de changer le monde.
So I've got like a master selection here that extends beyond.
Tout homme qui a le courage de vendre son âme par amour a le pouvoir de changer le monde.
The edges of my pattern tile. And I'm just kind of gonna lay these all out, and then I'm gonna delete the outer edges. Hope that makes sense. So we're gonna drag out here, drag out here, and this should take care of most of them. Alright, so now that you can see we've got a brick pattern, I can adjust these. So again, one of the reasons that I would like to, that I like to work this way is I can make some adjustments. So I can see that these two in particular, which are I think my top and bottom, I don't have a lot of variation there, so I might a bit more. There we go. Will the pattern include elements outside of the pattern box? No. It will be anything that's cropped to this, anything that's inside of that, you can think of it like a little artboard, will not be part of my pattern. So I just like to delete them because Otherwise, they kind of like show up, and then I don't know. It makes it difficult for me to see what I'm doing. So. Like, I could dim the copies and it would show up. And you'd be, this is also sometimes a little bit easier if you dim the copies, so you can see like what's a part of your pattern and what's not. So how many you just did? A follow. One sec. It looks like Beno. I think that might be French. Thank you for the follow. Ben, I'll just call you Ben. But if you let me know how to pronounce your name, I'll be happy to say hi. See you in the chat. Alright, let's see what this looks like. So making a pattern is sort of like one of those things like making a brush where you start it and then you just kind of edit it as you go as needed. So if we copy this and we apply our pattern swatch, preferably to the fill. That's interesting. I don't know why it's not showing up. Done. Oh, okay. What the heck? I don't think there's anything applied to this. We can check. Normal. Let's clear the appearance. And try reapplying our yellow. Okay, I'm not crazy. Why in the world is this not going to the front? Paste in front. Clear this. What is happening? I feel crazy right now. I can see it when it's like not. What is happening? I have no idea. Genuinely none. I even put it in like a new layer here. It should be showing up somewhere. There are no no masks. It's just a rectangle. Shows up over that. Why did these have a multiply applied to them? I don't know what happened there. Let's ungroup these. I even cleared the appearance. Look at that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright, let's try it one more time. Random multiplies are fun. Alright. Okay, now we've got a brick pattern, but obviously this is way too small. So I'm gonna go up here. We're first gonna try doing a scale. Just our pattern. But as you can see, sort of hit or miss. So what I think I want to do instead is I'm going to actually edit my pattern. Object, I'm going to choose to size the tile with my art. Object transform scale. I'm going to 200 here. That did not. Oh, it's because I. Okay. What is happening? You ever had like this is definitely a day. Okay, there we go. I got scale up 200. I'm gonna hit done. We're just gonna delete that. And then I'm gonna use a move. Let's see. Go from the top, and let's make this scale it from the top. And make this like a 12% larger. Let's go back into our pattern. We're gonna scale this. I don't know why it's like locking me into that. But going into transform each seems to work just fine. So we're gonna hit OK. Set this back down to 2 point, hit done. Yoann says, do you know how many times I've expanded my pattern to scale it up? Oh no! You can use any of these transform options here. So I'm using move here, which I think a lot of people are like, what is the point of move? Well, this is why you would use something like move. In order to get your pattern tiles lined up. I'm noticing something odd happening in here with the pattern as well. Let's take a look at our stroke options. It. Although for some reason it moved my thing again, so I need to move it again. I don't think this is quite the right color. Let's see what color I used. Oh, apparently just a bespoke color. Okay. I might have actually used a variation of that yellow. It might have just gotten disconnected. So let's try to bring it back. Let's try 50. As 50 seems like something I would have done, actually. 25? Okay, 25 looks correct. Then I'm gonna go in here. Color. 5. It's 3 point and done. It's gonna offset it for some reason again. I like the way that this pattern is tiling though. Let's try this. It's tiling a little bit better to me. Alright. And then we can do the same thing over here. The reason behind this is that I just don't want to have to make too many adjustments to my pattern. I'd rather just kind of like have it apply and then do like one move to get it in place. And be done with it. Hey Nick, Nick's here. Welcome to the party. There we go. Some bricks. Plant party, yes. Now that I'm thinking about this though, I'm going back in here. Let's go back down to 2. I think it needs to be slightly thinner. I just need to isolate this so I can see it. Nope. Oh my gosh, have I hit cancel 3 times now? Oh, okay. Just the pattern, thank you very much. Okay. Oh my gosh. 3rd or 4th time's the charm. Okay. I don't know. The more that I look at this, the more I don't really like it. Welcome, Agencia? Or are you Blue Cherry? You... let me know your name. Thoughts? Should I keep it like this? Notice that nothing's happening. So many problems. Your name is, Vitter. Welcome. I'm thinking. What the heck? Don't know why this is applied. There we go. I'm thinking. Let's do this. So I just basically made a copy and put my stroke on a separate group here so I can make some adjustments to this without interfering with the placement of the stroke. I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep this yet. So we're gonna... merge these. So I'm just kind of adding some variation in here. very subtle. I'm not even sure if you all can really see it. Just a little bit of variation. I'm gonna go ahead and group this. Hey, Oliver. Looking forward to seeing the end result. I will do what we're almost about halfway. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and I will go ahead and show you what we've got done so far. Give you a little bit of an idea. So I'm gonna take a brief pause here. We've got a lot of the plants already in. If you're just joining for the first time, this is really like I said last week was going to be our last stream on this, but then I lied. So now this week is truly the last stream on this. So we're adding some variation in here to the foreground. And what I'm gonna do make this a lot darker. I don't want to make it too dark, but no, I'll leave it. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing over here. And that will let me add a couple darker and lighter bricks up here too. Where'd you go? Oh, you know what? I think I might have grabbed the wrong thing here. Hang on. Yep, you can see that I did. There we go. Yeah, Vitter, let me finish what I was doing here, just so I don't lose my train of thought. And then I'll show you the plants. I mean, you could get really in the weeds of this and add like a lot of dimension to the bricks if you wanted to. Like you could do stuff like we could add like a little bit of a. I'm not going to because this isn't the foreground, the focus, but you could do like an object path, offset path, and then set it to the inside here, and make this like a lighter color. If you wanted to add like a ton of dimensionality to these bricks and have that would kind of make them look like they have some dimensionality to them. But I don't really want to do that because the bricks here are not the focus. So if you wanted to, if you're following along with us home, you totally could do that. We'll do a couple more here. You don't want to go crazy. I'm not doing like, I'm not following like a pattern or anything with this. I'm assuming that in the world of bricklayers, there is a set color pattern and everything like that, so if you wanted to be extra precise, you could build yourself a nice pattern swatch of a set of bricks and use it over and over again that kind of matches the correct style. We're gonna go ahead, make sure we don't have any of this stuff selected. What it's stuck on. Oh, that. I'm just gonna group this, and I'm gonna group this. It's just... group. Alright, and then I can even group like my group of bricks with my brick pattern if I want to. Keep everything organized here. Oh, I still have it locked. That's why. Misselected. Group. Alright. Annika's here. Welcome, Annika. Anna's asking how's the Swiss cheese plant doing? It's being regularly watered. I was getting to a good spot here, about halfway point, in terms of the stream time and everything else. So, before kind of bringing the plants back, always good to kind of see how they look in context of everything else. So I'll unhide that. I know that we had a couple new people that wanted to see everything together, so there we go. I think that's a good level of detail, to be honest with you. I actually like the way that that's coming out. I wasn't too sure. When I originally planned on just keeping it line, but I think it adds a little bit of a, like, it's giving me, like, nostalgicness for some reason. Like, I'm getting, like, a very nostalgic feel from the style and everything. So, I think it's working. I still do have to figure out then how we're gonna handle the cutoff, because you know me, I don't like having things just kind of cut off, so to figure out this top portion here, but I do like the bricks. It does add a nice something to it, and I wasn't sure about it. Wade says, looking sweet. Thanks, Wade. And because I do love how the colors interact with each other. Thanks! Yeah, this one was, this has been a long series of streams, so and it's been fun. I know Stian. Oh, Stian, do you want me to show? Let me see if I can pop up the Discord. Stian and Allison have both been working along with me. Let's see if I can pop it open real quick. And have been sharing their work in the Illustrator Discord. Let me see if I can find real quick. Allison's plans. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe she sent to me in a direct message. Let me check. And then Stian as well has been doing some plants. Oh, you know what? She hasn't been. This might be... No. I think this might be her plants, if I'm recalling correctly. These are Allison's plants. I feel like she did another set of them. Oh, here they are. These are the ones that Allison was working on. So you can see this is Allison's peace lily and snake plant. And Allison did this like bouquet of the calla lilies. So this is cool to see. Allison's also been working on this like stems brand for a long time. It'd be really cool to see that put together all in a case study. Allison though has, like I mentioned before, Allison has this really unique style that I just kind of love. That's kind of evolved over time. But also Stian. Let me find yours. I'm trying to remember. I feel like you did a post in... It was not in shape. Was it? On the fly Discording. It was not in. It was in project feedback. Let me scroll up. It might have been a minute. I could just search for your name, but I think I'm gonna have to. Where are they? Where are your plants, Yoann? Oh, here's some. I know that you have like a full, it's the latest in show your work, okay. I was gonna say, I thought that you had like a full-on scene illustrated. Oh, is it here? Oh, I found it. Okay, you posted a Behance project. Here we go. Yeah, I love the palm trees. Super cool stuff. The way that you use the brush on this, it like adds so much movement and like the wispiness of the. This would be really cool, Yoann. Not that I want you to go back and like redo stuff, but this might be cool to do a variation with like some different color values, so like some lighter and darker greens to add some variation similarly to how you did this, to add some depth to the leaves where they overlap would be nice. Oh, look at you, even did a little scatter brush. Love it. This is super cool, and very cool how you kind of separated everything out into pieces and parts to show how you built them too. Love it. Oh my gosh, how did I not like this already? This is my favorite. I love your little flags. That's so cute. Nice work, Yoann. So yeah, be sure to go check out. I'll share this link with. There you go. If one of the mods can post the link in the chat to Stian's work for everybody to check out. I just posted it in our chat, but Thank you, Corey. You're the best. Alright, I want to continue some of the shading on here. I'm trying to decide if I want to add some kind of like, you know how like old glass has like the, I don't feel like it's called like, is it like leading? Or like, you know, when it has like a little bit of, the glass has like decorative leading on the inside of it or something. I'm not sure if I want to go that route or if it'll be too much and interfere with the plants. But part of me wants to do that. I don't know. Maybe we should just stick to the exterior architectural stuff, like adding something to the top here, to have it kind of fade off the edges a bit. Oh, thank you, Odari, for sharing a link to Sion's Behance. Yes, everybody go check out Sion's work. I feel like I need to look up those Chicago windows again. Also, while we're at it, shouting people out, Annika and Wade are also streamers on Behance, so go be sure to follow them, as well as Odari and, I don't know if Bliss is here. But be sure to go check out all the streamers in the chat as well and support them. We were talking earlier about like how I'm not getting any Behance notifications for anybody anymore, and it's really stressing me out because I'm missing a ton of streams. Also, don't mind my dog in the background playing with a toy. Well, okay, so these, it doesn't, oh, here we go. Here's like a vintage Chicago window with like some leading on the inside. Maybe that'll be too much. I don't know. I don't really want to do arches because that's not really the style of the building that this is based on. But I need something up there. Maybe there's just like another edge. Now I'm just looking at Chicago buildings. Alright, let's just do like another edge on this, similar to this. And maybe these will be like scalloped. Oh, I forgot that I separated the line work. That's okay. I'll just leave it in line for now so we can see what it looks like. Do something that extends farther up. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Let's center this. I'm going to isolate it. And then I'm going to do like a decorative edge on the inside of this coming down. I think that's what I want to do. Well, that's annoying. Which we could also do with the brush. Maybe, depending on the type of edge that I want to add to this. We'll add this group to our line work group here. And then I'm gonna paste this front. Just so I can see what I'm doing. Let's place this. Okay, well that's not quite lined up. Let's fix that. I'm thinking that I'm wondering if maybe it's gonna be too much. Honk honk. Stian says thank you. I've stolen so many techniques from here. That's the point. Steal away. I want you to steal. Oh, you know what I don't like? I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like this. I'm just gonna select and delete that. There we go. That's what was bugging me. And I'll make this even lighter. I do like that. Oh, you know what though? Why are these lines a different weight? Let's select our whole group here and make sure we got everything the same weight, please and thank you. Oh, I see why I made it a lighter weight, because it's too heavy now up there. I suppose we could get rid of this. This one's not really making a difference for me. Just gonna have scale strokes and effects turned on. Okay, but now the door looks weirdly too wide. Okay, that looks better. We could even repeat. Now I'm thinking again. We could even I don't want to add an arch up here, but I feel like we could repeat an arch up here and it would look nice. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously not this color, and obviously not quite the same. I don't want it to look like an elevator though. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe. Alright, so one of the I can do one of two things up here at the top. My initial thought is to do like a scalloped edge, which would be something like this. You imagine like a brush, we'd make a brush. Come on. That would kind of go along this top edge here. all the way across. It would actually probably be like this. Let's do this. As an example. Alright, this is taking way too much time, but actually it needs to be shorter. You know what I mean? Like those scalloped edges. I probably didn't have to do any of that. So, group this. I'm just gonna give you an example. Make our brush, and it kind of like goes along here. Basically, I need to make a connection between these two. All the way down the edge here. So that's kind of like the first one that we could do. Peter's here, welcome, Peter. The other option on one of the, I guess example that I saw of a Chicago window had this like really cool, let me see if I can recreate it. Hang on. I think I see what's happening here. This is like oh my gosh, my brain. It's like a 3x3. How do you split this into a grid? There's a way to do it. Split into grid. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a 3x3. Oh no, no spaces. If you didn't know, you could take any kind of rectangle that you draw and you can split it into a grid. I don't have any space though. There we go. Okay, so and now this, we'll try to use the shape builder for this. It sort of looks like this, but then there's an open. It's open. Let's open this up. So here, no, open this way. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at the sort of reference of this funky pattern. There's one. Okay, so it kind of looks like this. And then it repeats. Kind of like all the way down. That was a journey that we went on. I think it's kind of like has a little bit of a space in between it too. So these connect. Okay, so that's what the shape looks like, and it just kind of keeps going on all the way down. I'm sure there's a name for this. It's giving Zelda. Oh, this is like a Greek pattern. Oh, okay. Well, don't tell Peristyle Coffee. Maybe they will want it. It is. I guess it is kind of like that Greek pattern. Look at that. And it's a window? Yeah. So it's a window, mostly. But I'm adding in, I think this is going to be too complicated. It's definitely cool, and I'm glad that I was able to kind of like troubleshoot it, for sure. But I think it's going to be too much for this. I think maybe the scalloped edge is the way to go. But yeah, Peter, this is our window with our plants. So I'm just adding, I'll unhide the final plants so you can take a look at what they look like again. This is what our plants look like inside. I just need to get the exterior kind of finished up and add any kind of additional details to the inside of the windows, which I haven't figured out yet. But, this is where we're at. I think I'm gonna go with the simpler edge. I think the other edge is too much. I also think I somehow shifted all of these down. So let's fix that. Alright, well, an ornamental cornice. Let's look up that phrase, because I don't know what that is. I am by no means an architect. That is not a skill that I have. I took a 3D design, as in like physical 3D design, where we had to like build things. And that was hard. I'm not a builder of things that are functional in reality kind of a person. I think it's fun. It's interesting. I'm just if my Zelda Tears of the Kingdom creations are anything to go off of, they just barely work. Is kind of like that's where we're at in terms of my ability to an engineer. I'm no engineer. So Peters is not an architect here. Stian says you could become sort of art director, architect. Yeah, I have thoughts. I have the here's my hot take about art directors. Oh boy, here it comes. Because that was my job for a while. In a past life. I feel like the best art directors are the ones who've done the job. Because if you haven't done the job, it's really, really hard to tell other people how to do it. I think that you should have some, at least, inclination towards understanding the craft in which you are directing. Otherwise, it's just, in my experience, a hot mess. So I would not want to be the hot mess of a architectural director. I think that these points are a bit too much. I thought that I was gonna have like the shadows extend down a little bit farther, but they look kind of out of place, don't they? Let's fix that. Let's just get rid of it. Peter liked that one. I tell it like it is. What can I say? Alright, and then for this... Oh no. It's gonna be one of those... Peter says that's why I'm here. I'm glad you're getting something out of this insanity. ears here for my hot takes. Alright. I don't know. I don't think I can do this with a blending mode applied to it, so I'm probably gonna have to adjust the color down. I am gonna change this back to being square. And we're gonna try to make a brush. Pattern brush. Think I need to flip. Nope. That should be fine. Okay, let's try it. You've never worked with an art director before, Stian? That I have nothing. I've had some really great art directors and I've had some really terrible ones. So, you know, I would like to think that I did my best to equip the people under me to be successful. But, you know, that's really up to them. I can't really say. So there you go. We used a brush to add that kind of scalloped edge. You've worked with people who don't know the craft, though. Yeah, I think we all have, unfortunately. I'm tempted to add more to this brush. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can always take things apart and put them back together. Let's do this. I'm gonna isolate this path. Follow your heart. I mean, that's how I've gotten this far in life. Wowie, that is something. Let's not do that. Let's try just doing this. This behind, and I'm gonna make it this lighter-ish fill color. Just want to see how this looks. Maybe a disaster. Maybe really cool. We won't know until we add it back in what happens. The anticipation. Alright. There we go. A little bit of a highlight along the edge. John says, this one time I made a folder and my boss's boss walked in and saw it and he said it couldn't be any better. Next time my boss had gotten earful on a meeting about the folder. About a folder? What? Follow your heart with the roof. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's how I live my life. On all aspects of it. We're just rolling with it. I mean, I'm not afraid of breaking things in Illustrator. If this was, because this is just for fun, right? So if I break this file, there's no harm in it. I'm not working on a client project, so this is the time I have to break things and make mistakes and have a mess of a file. I mean, I've already gotten, if you watch the end of our last stream, I've never gotten an error message that was literally just symbols. So we really broke things the past 2 streams pretty good. But we're still here. The file's still going. So we salvaged it. That being said, make sure you have autosave on. Under your preferences, you're gonna go to, gosh, where is it? Performance? Or file handling? Yeah, make sure you got your file save, your autosave on. Chances I remember that. It was wild. Scrolling back up, so I want to read this comment from Wade because it's a good one. Reporting in, I've worked with a few at this point that were attempting to fake it till you make it, and it's been some of the worst work I've ever seen. Fun to reflect on. Ambition is great, but doesn't make up for lack of experience, in my opinion. Yeah, you shouldn't be... like, if somebody was just starting out as a designer or something like that, that's generally like a junior role, right? Like, you're just kind of like learning the ropes, and you're not really given anything like, you know, it's okay if you break things, right? We expect you to break things in a junior role. You shouldn't be learning the ropes in a position that requires managing other people. My point, I guess, in all of that is it's fine to have goals to get to that point. Like, if your goal is to become an art director, just know that, you know, where you gotta start and how you gotta get there. If that makes sense. Peter says we all held our breath. Find a mentor. Yeah, or that. That's good, solid advice as well. Or are you talking about everybody holding their breath last week when I really crashed that file? Well, that's the other thing. Keep copies of your work. Like, I have a copy of this file, so that if anything explodes on this stream, there is a backup so that I don't have to completely redo all the work we've done so far. So, just make sure that you got backups and all of that stuff. And you'll be fine. If you didn't know, cloud files have a backup, a versioning thing going on. So if you ever break a cloud file, it does have like a time limit, like a certain number of days. But generally speaking, you can go back to Creative Cloud on the web and look at like your files info. Like if you click into the file, there'll be a side panel that shows you like history. Similar to like how XD had like that history stuff when they introduced the collaborative working. You can like go back. The crash, yeah. That was an ugly crash. I've been using Illustrator for a decade, and I've never seen that happen before. Just completely, like, nonsensical numbers and letters. Sorry, I'm trying to find the screenshot of the building again. There we go. This looks nothing like our original building, but I am kind of trying to keep some of the integrity here with the, at least the shading here on the front. It's got like these worn stone pieces. You know, like when you see those big, I don't know what they're even made out of, like concrete blocks. They usually say like founded in 1875 or something like that. You know, like the cornerstone of a building. This is kind of the idea here. And they get kind of worn over time. And then I'll add a little bit of a highlight here, too, where the step landing step is. There we go. Now for this, let's make go. I'm gonna bring this down. Okay. It's down a little bit too. Oh, too far. Hello. And then I copy. Let's try this. I think that's too many layers. Maybe something like that. It's a little bit too dark. Trying to keep the underneath part here darker. I don't know, it's probably fine. Nothing like a Greek cornice though. Well, it's not all lost. I mean, we did make this. I could add it as a brush to this file. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where I would put this in. Peter's kidding. I mean, now we know how to make it. You can all go watch the replay. We just made a 3x3 grid out of a square, and then used the shape builder to bring it all together. Now I'm questioning whether I should actually make these accents here. The copper? Should we do copper? Or is it too much? All you need now are doorknobs. You know, we didn't even... You're the very first person to mention the fact that this has no doorknobs. Honestly. It's a very good point. I'd have to think about how to put them on because I didn't actually intend them to be... Oh boy. Since it's a double door, maybe handles would make more sense. Yeah, it's just that these are like solid panes of glass because I wanted to have as much space as possible for the, let me go like, just maybe a copper accent. I don't know. I wanted to have as much space as possible for the plants. Like a French antique. Like, French antique. Door handles? Or like French antique doors. French doors are like those glass doors that swing out from the center. Or am I crazy? French antique glass doors? Oh, this could be cool. There's just like a little bit of a door, an area added. here in this one for like, why can I not be this larger? Come on. Okay, well. A little bit of an area added for where the door handles would go. Oh my gosh. I have clicked on this like 4 times now. I'll show you what I mean. This mouse keeps getting stuck on my desk. Alright. Okay, what are you doing? Alright, let's make both of these cutouts. And then let's... Don't mind me fixing my mess. So it kind of looks like this. Come on. And then it has the doorknob kind of like on that space. Yes or no? Unicorn's here. Kind of S-shaped. Cora says yes. Yoann says, for my illustration, I dropped that and only doing a highlight on the double door to indicate the doors. Yours is enormous though, Yoann. You didn't put a picture of the whole thing in your Behance project, but you had like, your building was like really big. So, I'm not surprised. I would probably have not added doorknobs either. Umacorn is also a streamer here on Behance, so be sure to go follow Umacorn. Umacorn, Wade, Annika, and Odari are our streamers today. This over, copy this, paste it in front, and then something like this. Yeah. Jan says, it's so undone, but I can post my current progress. Still waiting for my Mac, so it'll be a while before I learn some more. Well, if you share Umacorn, oh my gosh. I saw Umacorn's post, and I said Umacorn, but I meant Stian. Stian, if you post, if you share it to, if you just DM it to me, I can open it up and show everybody. I'll just open it in a browser. That way everybody can get a sense of, like, the scale of yours. Stian went, like, a very big, large, very different, scale than what I'm working with. Yeah, Umacorn saying Odari was already offline. That's been my experience. I've been missing everybody's streams lately. It's been kind of sad. Alright, we need fancy hardware, it seems. How am I gonna do this? Because the reference here that I found doesn't, it's actually more like a modern door. Maybe I need to put the hardware kind of like as if it's mounted on top of this blank space. I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's go up here. I'm glad that, no thank you. I'm glad that I decided to work on this today. I'm in a much better mood than when I started the stream, that's for sure. That tends to be the case, though. Alright, so let's start with the shape here. Let's put this on the door. Let's see what size we want it to be. So maybe this is like our hardware. And let's just, oh, nope. Let's isolate this group. And I'm just gonna kind of work here. Over top. Believe it or not, I actually took French in grade school. Not grade school, middle school. I just never was very good at it. Not that that's a good excuse or anything. It was not something I focused on. Maybe that's a better way to say it. Foreign languages, not my strong suit. I took Spanish in high school because I was bad at French. I thought maybe I'll try Spanish. I was also not good at Spanish. Ooh. Hey, Bass or Boss, let me know how to pronounce that. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I was on for an hour today. Fibro. Oh yeah, you said that already. Your fibromyalgia had other plans. That's... I'm sorry, Odari. It's like I said, it seems like it's just been a rough time. Peter said I took French, they made me give it back. I'm wondering if I should just repeat the pattern below. Let's do that, actually. I'm gonna go. Maybe that's cheating a little bit, but I don't want to spend all of my time on a door handle. Bring these two pieces down. Join. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Join. Now I've got that kind of like, I don't know what style this is. Here comes my lack of architectural knowledge again. You know what would be nice too? A little keyhole. Let's remove this. It's getting hard for me to see the shapes. so much mysteriousness about this whole thing. I love it. I love the, like, story we're telling here. It's pretty fun for me. Personally. Alright, let's add a space here for our doorknob. Go. And there we go. I'll probably use let's use the width tool for this. Let's switch our colors so we can see. And we'll go here. There we go. And then we'll go to object and outline this stroke. And now we've got our door. Out. Actually wondering if I even need that, or if I just leave the handle kind of like that. I think maybe just leave it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it just so I have a place to center this to. If I choose to move it around or size it. There's our doors. Let's go in here and make this lighter. No. Azot, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. I might have to make an adjustment to my clipping mask on my plants now as a result, but take a look at how it looks. Oh wow, we only have 10 minutes left in the stream today. I was wondering before I started, like, am I really going to be able to do another hour of this, adding the details into the building? And the answer is yes. Yes, I am. Time flies and you're playing bricks. Yeah, you can see here that I need to add fix my mask. Now, those plants are kind of coming in front. I just have all of my plants contained with one giant clipping mask. That's just the windows spaces, essentially. So all of these spaces in here are the mask. I can actually show you what that looks like. If we just select it. You can see that I've just made a single compound path out of all of those openings. Because, and this is sort of a thing that's tricky for people to, like, wrap their mind around, because, you know, when you're working with, like, Photoshop, you're working, generally people know, like, alpha masks from Photoshop. And so, I think there's just, like, a little bit of, like, you gotta wrap your head around, like, you have to draw the shapes, like, create the shapes, for what you want to keep. So like when you make a clipping mask, if you want to make a clipping mask of a circle, you draw a circle over, you know, the shape, and then you right click and make a clipping mask, and that circle that you draw actually becomes the mask. So, and Corn says, looking great, I love how you made the plants and the vases in the building. So everything. I'm not too keen on, the only thing that I'm not too keen on, just kind of looking at everything overall, there's two things I'm still concerned about. One, I think that while I love the scalloped edge, this bright yellow is not it. I think I need to pick like a brown or something. The yellow is more like for the bricks, the mortar, and the yellow just really stands out in an aggressive way. I also certainly added on to the building, but still have not figured out how to like soften the edges. And I still think that line work's going to be the way to go. I'm just not sure. I'm obviously not going to use yellow. One of the ideas, and maybe we can take a look at this. So yeah, Peter's saying knock it back a bit. We're going to do that, and then Stian was suggesting adding an off-white background, which might help too. So let's do that. Tighter here. Alright, let's go into our brush. I'm just going to drag it out again. Okay. Why are you not dragging out? There we go. And I'm just gonna change this color. Let's go with, let's grab our brown. Oh, it might have actually done it for me. Let's try, I think 50 might be too dark, but we're gonna try it. I'm just holding down when I do this, Alt. Make sure I've got the whole thing selected. Hold down Alt and drag it back over my brush, and it will just replace that. So, that was like magic when I learned that you could do that. Like you could make a brush and then you could edit it like that on the fly and like drag it back in. When I learned that you could do that, that totally changed brushes for me and their usability. So, I don't know. Now it feels too dark. Oh, it does feel more appropriate for what it is. So maybe I'll leave it. Oh, you messaged me the latest export. Okay, hang on. Let's take a look at Sion's and then I'll add that background. So here we go. This is what Sion's working on. So in this case, the scale is different. So I'm working with just two big windows and the doorway. Sion's got a whole bunch of stuff going on here with the 3 buildings and the multiple doors and stuff like that. So I wouldn't add the doorknobs as a detail here, especially if you're gonna go with this kind of like this style for the stuff that's in the windows. I think that the doorknobs are just you're not really gonna see them. They're just gonna kind of be in the way. You know, one of those details you have to just kind of decide. I love this, by the way. The like rooftop terrace with the glass panes. Super cool. And then the detail of the air conditioners. There's a lot of fun stuff going on here. It's always little details like that, that make it feel like real and human. You know, like the air conditioner units and like the little strings of lights up here on the rooftop terrace, that they make it feel like a space that's actually like lived in or real. You know, nobody wants to think about the fact that there's air conditioner units on top of a building, but you know, that's not something you think about when you're drawing, like a detail that you consider, but it's one of those things that makes it like feel like, oh, that feels right, you know, that feels like it should be. It like humanizes it. I don't know if that's like the right term, but you know, little details like that always get me in an illustration when I see it. So nice job there. You know, and then like I think this is like a light fixture in the back. Oh no, this is the plant. You know, just little like unique touches. I'll be curious to see how this one works out with the plant here. I'm imagining it like hanging down and Yeah, look nice. The details of the curtains, the shading. Modernus is very cool, yeah. And I know you had a lot of trouble with the topiary here, but you did a really great job with the pattern fill to kind of keep it being organic, but like fitting in that shape. It's very tricky. I know that you tried like brushes and you tried like a blend and stuff like that, and I think this is kind of a good solution here to keep it looking natural, like the way that the leaves would grow out, while keeping it kind of contained to the shape you're after. So nice job. You got a long ways to go, but you are well on your way. One other thing that I would actually recommend, Stian, for something like this, and I'm trying to think of an example of a stream that I had done this on before, but my advice to you would be to utilize variations of what you've created. So don't make every single window of unless you want to. But if you're working on this and you're like, oh, I'm starting to get really burnt out and I just need to kind of fill some space, you can make copies of things and just kind of make slight variations to them, like changing the positioning of the leaves, or like, you know, where you've got the plant placed. I'm trying to think of an example. The only one that comes to mind, let me see if I have it on my website. I don't know if I do. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go. This is actually a project I did for the company that I work for now, but at the time I did this as a freelance project. I don't know how large these images end up getting. How big of I uploaded them. Okay, you probably can't see it from here. But for these, like, I created like a, you know, one person template and then just kind of like modified, right? Like changed to their clothing and like reposition things. But the same thing like in the windows here. I know it's probably a little bit hard to see. Let's see if I can. I'm forgetting, like, there we go. But you can see in here, like, these are the same chair. I've just, like, repositioned them and, like, changed the color. But, like, at such a small size, details like that, you know, you're not gonna, like, notice them. So, like, reuse stuff if you can is really... Or, like, these books on this bookshelf. That's what we used it for. The bookshelves on the haunted library are the ones I was thinking of. When we made all those books, I created like one bookshelf of books, and then I just like copied them and like shifted it down, and then like moved and like flipped them and did things like that, and then like changed the colors in places, so that you could build out a bookshelf really, really quickly without having to draw as many books. So you can do stuff like that. Or like, you know, make some of them shorter. There we go. So I think there's only... I have to go back and watch the replay. But I feel like there's only actually one row of books that I drew. And the rest, and all of the books on the shelves are just repeats of that single row of books. They're just shifted, recolored, scaled, things like that, like to make them slightly different on each of the shelves. So they look like, it looks like, oh my god, there's a ton of books in here, but it's really not. So I have to get the other help. I have to get the haunted pantry or haunted larder. I don't know why I can never remember what we settled on in terms of a name for that, but alright, last thing I promise that we're gonna do on this today. And it looks like a bunch of people are already hopping out. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully doing something new. Maybe. We'll see. I wanted to work on, so what I mentioned earlier in the stream, there we go, there's That actually looks kind of nice. You lose the line work on the edge, but that doesn't really bother me so much. Let's see what else we plants. You can let me know what you think of that. It gives it a little bit of sunniness. Odari loves the library, yeah. Although it does kind of clash with the interior of the windows. So there's that. Maybe we need to pull it back a little bit more. Umacorn said, I said this. Oh, hello. That was weird. Umacorn said I said the same thing Dan last week. Hope to finish it. Yeah. Story of my life. I want to work on more Cricut stuff with my Cricut Maker. Because I have it behind me now in my new setup, so we can do stuff like actually work on things and then also print things and assemble things, which will be really cool. I want to work on some Figma projects, just for my own kind of personal learning. I mentioned earlier how I haven't had the opportunity thus far to like start and end a project like from beginning to finish in Figma. So, the only way to learn it really is going to be to spend the time working on it, dedicating to like a personal project and or probably several personal projects and playing around and seeing what we can do. Stickers, yeah, Odari, we need to make some new stickers for sure with the Cricut. So if anybody has any suggestions, maybe we will start on something for that. I need to work on finishing the stickers for Crock of Time for Corey as well. Maybe if I'm feeling up to it, we'll work on Crock of Time stickers tomorrow. We'll see. Because I want to get back on those. Kind of had a couple of false starts because it was like a time when I was like working on a lot of projects and it just I wasn't able to like dedicate the creative energy to getting that started. So, Corey's giving me sunglass face in the chat. Cool face. Because he's a cool guy. Alright, I don't think we're gonna work, I don't know. Let me know. I don't know if we're gonna work on this tomorrow. I'm gonna plan on working on, I'll be back tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. My typical schedule, let's switch. Huh? Okay.
Switch your camera is what I was telling
Yeah, it's good there. Oh my gosh, I'm being sassed from across the room. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's my typical stream schedule, is Saturdays and Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, because I work full-time during the week, so I can't hang out with you guys during the week, or it's just more difficult. So, plan on tomorrow working on some stickers, getting all of that together, and then eventually I'd love to do a stream where we show that, you know, the assembly process of that. Because I have that capacity to do that now. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing tomorrow. If we come back tomorrow and everybody's like, hey, I really want to see how the plants happened, or like where you went with the plants, or what happened with the plants, we can always go back to the plants. You know, it's really not, it's not a big deal. This weekend is just kind of chill stream time, I guess. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, the other exciting thing you didn't see, I did get my hands on some Peristyle coffee. The brand is live. It's we don't have, it doesn't have packaging yet because I'm behind on that, but there was some back and forth on that about like what sizes and what formats, because coffee bags come in a variety of formats. In case you didn't know, I learned a lot about building coffee bags this week, so alright. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'll keep you up to date, obviously, on that project as well. But I did get some of their coffee, and it is fantastic. Got to try some, which was cool. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And be sure to go check out all the amazing people that were in the chat, all the streamers. We had Umacorn and Odari that also stream on the weekends. We also had Annika and Wade, and I'm missing somebody. I can't remember. Annika and Wade stream during the week, though, so be sure to check them out. I think Annika's streaming on Adobe Live this week. And Wade and Annika both have Adobe Lives this week. Oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten? Wade's doing a pro tips. Annika's doing an Adobe Express stream, so be sure to go and check those out. this week. I don't remember the days and times, but if you are still in the chat, I can wait and let everybody know. Isa, hello, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm about to hop off. You can always go check the replays to my streams in my Behance. If you're on my Behance profile, which you can get to right above the chat, you can click on me, click follow, and you'll get notified when I go live. But you can also see all of the past live streams if you click on the live tab in my profile. But thank you all for Agencia Blue Cherry, aka Vitter, I believe, Altaf, Raha, Annika, Bass, Corey, Alif, or Elif. I don't know if you let me know how to pronounce that in the chat. Gareth, also a streamer on Behance. Gareth, I hope you're feeling better. We were talking about this earlier today. Gareth and Odari both not feeling good this week. That's just this week. That's just the theme for this week, was that it was just chaotic evil. So, Gareth, I hope you're feeling better. Asaya, Nick, Odari, Oliver, Onyini, let me know how to pronounce your name. You've been in the chat before, so let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, or if you have a name you'd prefer to go by. Peter, I think Peter had to hop out already. Stian, Umacorn, and Wade. Alright, have a great, as Nick just said, have a good rest of your night, folks. Have a great day, have a great weekend. I'm sure you'll see the end result of the windows. I think this would be a really cool print. I am going to share this as a subscriber project with all of the brushes that we made, because we actually made a ton of brushes for this. Not just the scalloped edges, not just the pattern swatch for the bricks, but also like scatter brushes and a lot of different leaf brushes for the different plants. So I think this will be a cool one to share with subscribers. So if you want to subscribe to me for extra content, you can on Behance, or you can just be here and hang out with me. That's fine too. Either way, I appreciate you. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everyone!